There's something you do every morning without thinking about it, an automatic gesture, almost invisible. But that little detail, which seems completely harmless, could be draining your energy from the very first minute of the day. And no, it has nothing to do with your diet or with how many hours you slept. It has to do with a part of your body that you've been ignoring your whole life. The belly button. Yes, that spot that medicine reduces to just a simple scar. Actually, it's one of the most forgotten energy centers you have. A silent switch that influences your vitality, your mental clarity, and your emotional stability. And every morning, without realizing it, you do just what it takes to turn it off. For centuries, entire cultures knew about it, didn't question it, and protected it. In India, in China, in Japan, they treated this area with care. Tibetan monks would never meditate without covering it. The samurai, before going into battle, made sure to wrap it. It wasn't superstition, it was deep understanding. They knew there was something more there. Something that science is only now beginning to recognize. Your second brain. The place where your emotions, your intuition, and much of your energy are born. In this video, you will discover what you are doing wrong every morning. Why that mistake disconnects you from your own power. And how you can reverse it in just 2 minutes with an ancient technique that can change how you feel from the very first date. Because let's be honest, most mornings don't start with awareness, they start in a rush. The alarm goes off, you check your phone, notifications, coffee, and a mind that starts on autopilot, but without presence. We've been made to believe that energy comes from outside. Caffeine, cold showers, motivational phrases you repeat without feeling. But what almost no one tells you is that this way of starting the day disconnects the most important circuit in your body, your center. While you run from one place to another, that point remains exposed, vulnerable, cold, and silent. It starts to drain your energy. You don't notice it instantly, but you feel it. That strange tiredness that doesn't go away, that clouded mind, that feeling of being disconnected from yourself. It's not that you're lacking energy, it's that you're losing it from the core, from the center that regulates your personal power. Ancient cultures had it shifted from one side to another. It remains exposed, cold, and in silence. Start draining your abdomen before any important action. Tibetan monks wouldn't start their practice without covering that area because they understood something that seems forgotten today. The navel is not just a mark, it's a doorway through which energy enters and leaves. And when you leave it open every morning without intention, without awareness, it's like sleeping with a window open in the middle of winter. Your energy escapes and your body tries to compensate for it. Tension in the abdomen. Energy is navel, a way to breathe. Breathe. The navel is a way to breathe. The navel breathes. The navel of feeling alive. Not because they need it, but because their natural source is turned off. And here comes the interesting part. It has two traditions. It starts to approach this idea. They call this area the second brain, a system with more than 100 million things that communicate directly with your heart and with your mind. When that center gets out of balance, everything gets thrown off, the nervous system is affected. Digestion gets blocked, emotions become unstable. That's why that mistake you repeat every morning, getting up without reconnecting with your center, takes you away from your own energy. It forces you to depend on external things to feel alive when the source has always been there, right below your navel, waiting. And the best part is, you don't need years of practice to change it, nor complicated rituals. You just need to remember something that used to be basic. Before you go out into the world, ignite your inner fire. Because when this center is active and protected, your body stops sabotaging your mind, and your mind stops fighting against your body. In the next few minutes, you will discover how to do it step by step. A simple, direct, physical, and spiritual technique at the same time. So you stop starting your day drained and finally start from within. Long before clocks, social media, or medical diagnoses, ancient civilizations already understood something that we're only just rediscovering today. That at the center of the body, there's an energy gateway capable of supporting it.
Tu equilibrio, tu conciencia.
That gateway is the navel. In India, they called it Manipura, the third chakra, the inner fire, the place where your willpower, your self-esteem, and your vital force reside. The Vedic sages taught that when Manipura goes dim, the soul loses direction, and the body seeks externally for what's missing inside. This is why, in yoga and meditation, the soul loses direction, and the body looks outside for what it lacks within. That's why, in yoga and meditation, everything begins there. 3 fingers below the navel, right where that spark pulses that almost no one feels, but everyone needs. In ancient China, Taoist masters spoke of the lower dantian, an invisible but powerful center, a cauldron where the essence of life is stored. They imagined it as an inner sun, one that had to be protected from the cold, from fear, and from that excess of thoughts that never stop. Because they understood something very simple. If your abdomen gets cold, your energy goes out. For them, keeping warmth in that area wasn't just a detail, it was about keeping the soul alive. And when a disciple lost their way, the master didn't give them complicated speeches or deep Instagram quotes. He said something much more direct. Breathe into your belly, return to your center. In Japan, the samurai called that point hara. That's where their emotional stability and power in combat lay. Before any confrontation, they would adjust the fundoshi around their abdomen. It wasn't just physical protection, it was a way to seal their energy, to prevent fear from breaking them from within. Because for them, losing their center meant losing everything. In Mesoamerica, the Maya and Toltecs taught that the navel was the axis of the nahual, the point where the body and spirit connect. They covered it with cloths, symbols, even sacred ashes during rituals. They knew that something invisible flowed through there, something that connected human beings with the cosmos. And if you go even further back, in ancient Egypt, the god Ra, the sun, was represented with a golden circle on the abdomen, not on the head, not on the chest, but in the center. It symbolized that divine fire that is born from within. And here's what really hits. These cultures didn't know each other. They didn't share language, maps, or theories, and yet they all agreed on the same thing. The navel is not a scar, it's a door, a point of connection between the visible and the invisible, between your body and your consciousness. But then modernity arrived and we forgot about it. We started treating the body like a machine, measuring everything, explaining everything, and disconnecting ourselves from the most basic things. We covered up that wisdom with clothes, screens, and everyday noise. And without realizing it, we stopped listening to our own center. But the body doesn't forget. Every time you feel anxiety, emptiness, or that strange sensation of not being fully present, your abdomen is speaking to you. Tension, cold, pressure, or a knot you can't explain. It's not a coincidence. It's your energy trying to remind you of something that used to be obvious. Everything starts at the center. That life is sustained there. And the most curious thing is that now, centuries later, science is starting to approach that same idea. What used to be called energy now has another name, the second brain. And what comes next will probably shake up your thinking a little. Because that ancient knowledge and modern neuroscience are saying exactly the same thing, just in different words. For centuries, people spoke of an inner fire below the navel, something that had to be taken care of no matter what. Today we know that in that area, there is the enteric nervous system, a massive network of more than 100 million neurons spread throughout the intestine, more than in the entire spinal cord. That's why they call it the second brain. It doesn't think like your rational mind, but it constantly processes emotional and energetic information. That gut feeling you get, that knot in your stomach when something feels off, or those butterflies when you sense something important. You're not making it up. Your body is talking to you. That center works like a radar. It detects what you feel and what's happening around you, even before your mind understands it. And this is where everything falls into place. That physical point matches exactly what the traditions called Manipura, or the lower Dantian. For the ancients, it was the place where ki was stored, the vital energy. For modern science, it is the axis that regulates the connection between your central nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. Two different paths, reaching the same truth. It's when this center gets blocked by stress, fear, or simply disconnection. Everything starts to fail. The communication between mind and body gets distorted. You breathe worse. Your digestion gets worse. You think less clearly. What used to flow now feels heavy. And that's why when you're anxious or confused, the first thing that gets tense is your abdomen. It's not a coincidence. Your second brain is trying to protect you, sending you signals that, to be honest, you've been ignoring for years. Science calls it two-way communication between the brain and the abdomen. Your body calls it survival. Spirituality calls it alignment between body and spirit. Science gives it other names, but the message is the same. Your abdomen is not a minor detail. It is the core from which your vital energy arises. And here comes an uncomfortable truth that almost no one tells you. Every time you neglect it, every time you leave it exposed, you start to lose energy without realizing it. It's not something dramatic, it's worse. It's silent, a constant leak. It gradually dims your light. Now you're going to understand how it happens, and more importantly, how to recognize the signs before it takes a toll on you. Imagine your body as a container full of light. Every thought, every emotion, every breath adds or subtracts. But there's a key point, your navel. That's where that light can escape without you noticing. When you get up with your abdomen exposed, tense, or cold, that portal stays open, and then something curious happens. Not only does energy escape, it also comes in. Stress from the environment, other people's emotions, burdens that aren't even yours. Everything flows through without a filter. And at first you don't notice, but over time it shows up. Tiredness without explanation, scattered mind, that strange feeling of emptiness inside. It's not a lack of energy, it's that you're constantly losing it. Your power center, the navel chakra, is unprotected. And your body, as best it can, tries to compensate for it. It tenses the abdomen. It activates the solar plexus. It goes into defense mode. The problem? That sustained tension wears out your nervous system, and it shuts you down from the inside. Ancient cultures had already seen it coming. That's why the samurai protected their abdomen. Tibetan monks covered it before meditating. In India, they applied oils to that area. It wasn't cheap mysticism, it was pure observation. They knew that if the center gets cold, everything becomes disordered. And science, once again, is starting to agree. The enteric nervous system, your second brain, reacts to stress as if it were under real threat. And when that happens, it consumes a massive amount of energy. That's why you can get up, check your phone, get into that loop of rushing and mental noise and feel exhausted without having done practically anything. You're processing more than you think. And many times, things that don't even belong to you. The signs are there, plain and clear. You wake up tired, even if you've slept well. You feel bloated, your digestion is slow, and there is a heaviness inside. You notice coldness or emptiness in your abdomen, irritability, insomnia, or even an overwhelming empathy that leaves you drained. The problem isn't feeling. The problem is not having boundaries. The navel is a doorway. If it's completely open, everything comes in. And if you force it closed, nothing flows. Balance lies in protecting it without blocking it, like a fire on an altar, contained but alive. And here comes the part that changes everything. Every morning before you go out into the world, ask yourself a simple but brutally honest question. Is my core protected or exposed? Am I generating energy or letting it slip away? Because this invisible leak, repeated every day, is the silent reason why you feel drained and don't know why. And the best part is that you can reverse it, not in months, not in weeks, but in 2 minutes. With a practice so simple, it's hard to believe it works. But it works because it's not about complexity. It's about presence. Just 2 minutes done well can reactivate your center or seal your energy and give you back that sense of inner control. Here's how to do it. First step, directed breathing. As soon as you wake up, sit up or stay lying down. One hand on your chest, the other on your belly button. Inhale slowly and deeply, directing the air downward toward the hand you have on your abdomen. Your chest barely moves. The abdomen, yes, that's real breathing. That kind of breathing activates the parasympathetic system, the one that calms you, repairs you, and stabilizes your energy. Do it for 2 or 3 minutes, no more. You'll notice how your mind quiets down and your body starts to warm up from the inside. Second step, physical protection. After breathing, consciously cover your belly button. You don't need anything strange. A piece of cloth, a bandage, or simply your clothes, but with intention. That contact sends a direct signal to your brain. Return to your center. It activates nerve endings. It strengthens your focus. And during the day, especially in crowded or intense environments, it makes a huge difference in how you feel. Third step, sealing massage. 1 drop of oil, coconut, or sesame, even olive oil. Gentle movements around the navel in circles clockwise. It's not about aesthetics, it's activation. That movement generates heat. It awakens the solar plexus. And at the end, a slight pressure in the center, as if you were closing the system, as if you were saying, this stays here. Fourth step, mental intention. While you do all this, silently repeat a phrase. Simple. Direct. My energy belongs to me. Nothing external can take me out of my center. But don't say it like a parrot. Feel it, because at that moment you are claiming your inner territory. You are reminding your body who is in charge. Do this protocol every morning, before the phone, before the noise, before the world. And you will start to notice something that can't be faked. Your energy stops leaking out, and it finally begins to stay with you. In a matter of days, you start to notice it. You sleep better. You think more clearly. Your emotions stop being a roller coaster, and not because the world has changed, but because you regained control of your own energy. Because here's something key. Power doesn't disappear. It gets dispersed. And every conscious breath, every small gesture with intention, it's like picking up those pieces you were losing without realizing it. When you integrate this protocol into your morning, something changes. It's not spectacular at first. It's subtle, but it's profound. It starts as just another routine. And in a few days, your body responds. You breathe differently. Your mind stops racing a mile a minute. That constant internal noise quiets down. And what used to be chaos starts to become organized. The energy that used to escape aimlessly now flows with purpose. You wake up with more vitality, without depending so much on coffee or external stimulants to get going. Your body goes back to doing what it knows how to do. Self-regulate. Fatigue turns into presence. Anxiety turns into calm. And after a few weeks, it's no longer subtle, it's obvious. You sleep deeply. You wake up feeling light without that mental fog that used to seem normal. Your digestion improves. Your skin changes. Your emotional state stabilizes. It's not magic, it's well-managed energy. But there's something even more interesting. You start to feel for real. You notice when a place drains you and when it expands you. When a person adds to your life and when they empty you. You no longer absorb everything like before. You start to filter, to choose, to protect yourself effortlessly. That's a sign that your center is active again. Some people describe it as a calm magnetism. You don't have to do anything special. You're simply in balance. And that balance stops being something you chase, and it becomes your natural state. Your mind stops begging for validation from outside, because inside there is a stability that supports everything. And the curious thing is that it shows in the way you speak, in the way you look, in the way you enter a place. There's more calm, more presence, more clarity, and it doesn't depend on believing or not believing. This works because you're working with your biology. You're re-educating your nervous system. You breathe, and you activate the vagus nerve. You stimulate the abdomen, and you awaken nerve endings. You focus your mind, and you reorganize your energy. It's not one thing or the other. It's everything working together. Over time, the morning stops being on autopilot, and it becomes a moment of reconnection. You no longer go out into the world from haste or a sense of lack. You go out from within. Your energy stops reacting, and it starts to radiate. And that change, even if it seems small, transforms everything. Your mood, your relationships, your ability to create. Because when you are centered, life starts to align with you. Your environment responds differently. Things flow. Coincidences stop seeming like mere chance. However, if you've made it this far, there's something you need to accept. Even if it hurts, you can't fool yourself anymore, because deep down you know it. You've felt for a while that something doesn't add up, that you're tired of going on autopilot, of losing yourself, of not fully recognizing yourself. And even so, here you are, listening, feeling, enduring the discomfort. Not everyone can do that. So I want you to do something brave. Write in the comments. Today I stop abandoning myself. It's not just a nice phrase, it's a promise to yourself. One of those promises that if you break it again, you won't be able to pretend you didn't know. That's the sign. Your inner fire is burning. And this is not the end. It's the start of a new way of living. Because this practice doesn't just change your energy. It changes how you see everything. It opens a door to something deeper, toward your awareness, toward your purpose. Your navel was your first connection to life. Before you breathed on your own, that point connected you to the universe through your mother. Everything came through there: food, warmth, security. And even though the cord was cut, the connection didn't disappear. It's still there, waiting for you to remember it. Every time you place your hands on your abdomen, every conscious breath, every act of care, you're telling your body, I'm here. It's the soul returning home. Because when you take care of your center, everything responds. The real mistake isn't physical, it's forgetting that connection. Forgetting that your body doesn't just need food, it needs attention, silence, presence. We spend our lives looking for solutions outside ourselves, without realizing that the source is inside. It's always been there. When you return to your center, everything changes. The energy stops escaping, the mind calms down, the emotions settle, and intuition lights up. You start making decisions rooted in clarity, not fear. You start to notice that what you were looking for outside was already inside. And here comes the most powerful part of all. Your energy follows you. If you feed it with worry, it fades. If you direct it with intention, it grows. You don't need to believe in anything strange. You just need to be present. 2 minutes, nothing more. Tomorrow, When you open your eyes, don't rush. Don't look at your phone. Pause. Put your hand on your abdomen. Breathe. Feel. That simple gesture can completely change your day. The difference between staying on autopilot or starting with purpose. Because the secret isn't in some magic technique. It's about remembering something basic. Your body is the place where your energy lives. If you take care of it, it guides you. If you listen to it, it brings you back to your center. This is the moment. Don't keep running on half power when you have everything inside you. Start today. 2 minutes, 1 breath, 1 intention. And watch how little by little everything starts to change.